Welcome back, everyone, to Piney Plays a Shifter. We are back here in the Borderlands with the Knolls, with Eula Bloodgleam, the Chief Bloodgleam's daughter.
You can see Knoll guards ahead, blocking the entrance to their camp. Just as you brace yourself for a fight, another Knoll calls out to you in a shrill voice.
You there! If you're looking for a way inside, I've got just the thing. But I might need something myself.
Eula Bloodgleam, daughter of the Knoll chieftain, has given you a charm of evil chaos to help you infiltrate the camp. She and the Knoll Outlanders want to leave the Borderlands.
Hi there! What do you think you're doing? No outsider camp. I'm a member of the cult. What proof do you have? This? Alright,
The
fight.
guards scramble to let you pass. Just as Eula said, a visitor from the Cult of Evil Chaos commands their attention.
I'm just inspecting the urns. No problem here. Just inspecting them. Yeah, I'm inspecting.
You find a stone slab. You find Rhea Brasstuck's diary hidden in the dirt. It seems Rhea admires Kolva Pebbleskin.
Alright, I don't think I'm allowed to talk to him yet until I get to a later point. And let's see. That's the Outland Muscle. Trying to remember all these people. You can't keep track of them without a scorecard, right? Alright, Oro here, chief and cultist, to sacrifice Outlanders. I'll see what I can find.
Oro Sandcloak lets you in on a secret. Chief Bloodgleam has been lying to the Outlanders about sending their comrades to join the cult. If you can prove that Outlanders are being killed as sacrifices instead, it will destroy their loyalty to the chief.
I suppose I can do that.
The last of the vermin lets out a mangled shriek as you knock it into the dirt.
How nice.
This tablet belongs to a Knoll named Boomfoot, who claims to know a dark secret about Zark's Soot Club. Talking to Boomfoot could be very useful.
Let's go back to Boomfoot then. Now I could talk to Boomfoot.
Boomfoot reveals that Zark's Soot Club, the renowned Outlander fighter, can't stand the sight of blood.
Well, that's
Trying
what...
to let Zark know what you know.
It does put a damper in being a great fighter, I guess. You peer closely at the Shrine of Evil Chaos. At first, you see nothing out of the ordinary, but underneath the bone, you glimpse a gemstone ring, just like Gravemaw used to wear.
You spot a gemstone ring among the rubble of bones and blood. Oros said Gravemaw always wore a ring like that before he went to serve the cult. This proof of Gravemaw's death will convince the Outlanders once and for all that they should abandon the cult.
Let's get the lucky... Oh, I didn't get the quest for the lucky rat bone yet. That's the reason why I had to go to that cave first. Well then, let's go get the quest where you need to get the lucky rat bones. Then go back and get the lucky rat bones, and all will be well. All right, I think this is the way I need to go. Wondering why I did it in a particular order before? Hello. So you're not allied with the goat? Why are you here? Alright, well. Oh, I guess I don't. She's the one who needs the rat bone, I guess. Oh. Wait. This is. Blood Chaos. Ah, yeah, can't find my lucky rat bone. Alright.
You've stumbled across Kolva Pebbleskin's diary. The Outlander writes about losing her lucky rat bone. Finding it might persuade her to join your side.
Alright, fine. Now, let's see. We've got... So I just need to find the rat bones. Let's go back and fetch it. Now I can grab the rat bone. Good. Now we can go back, turn in the last of the items, and I think after that I'll be ready to start the riot. I think this is what I want. There you go, rat bone.
The Knoll nods in agreement. You've convinced enough Knoll Outlanders to turn against Chief Bloodgleam and her cultists. You've convinced members of the tribe to turn against the Cult of Evil Chaos and found proof that Chief Bloodgleam has been lying about sending the Outlanders to work with the cultists. This should be more than enough to create an uprising in the Knoll's ranks. Chief Bloodgleam bellows at the crowd.
You would trust this outsider over your own chief? Have you forgotten everything the cult has done for you idiots?
The Outlanders seem to reconsider. But you have something that will convince them. You hold up Gravema's bloody ring and reveal that you found it in the chief's shrine.
Chief said Gravema joined the cult!
Someone shouts.
But Gravema never took off that ring! He's dead, and we'll be next!
There you go. See how I do on this. I have some bad history with this fight.
Another group of gnolls rushes into the chamber.
As usually when these extra cultists come in. There you go.
You think you've won against the onslaught of Gnoll cultists. But then another wave floods in, calling for blood and chaos.
Well, that's going to end soon.
Look around at the blood-stained earth. Not a single cultist remains standing. The Outlanders cheer, relieved that they can finally leave the borderlands behind.
Those fools! I can't believe they took the bait!
Eula stands beside Oro, who laughs with her. There must be more to these two than it initially seemed.
Ha! Foolish shifter! You do everything Eula wanted. Now the hard part over. Eula Bet Adventure finally asked some good questions. So you didn't do this for the Outlanders. Outlanders, bah! They'll run back to mountains for good now. But Oro and Eula want more than just same old life in same old mountains. We want to be together. Knowing Chief, you'll kill Eula for loving enemy Gnoll like Oro. But Chief Bloodgleam can't tell Eula what to do if she's dead. Ha ha ha! Right. Alright. Good.
With Chief Bloodgleam and the other cultists out of the way, Eula and Oro can finally escape into the wilds together. As they turn to leave, Eula tells you to hold on to the charm of evil chaos she gave you, in case you need help defeating the rest of the cult.
Right. Swim +2, speed +15, expeditious retreat on the other ones, and of course, I currently have feather falling, feather falling trumps anything else on that matter. Ooh. And I think I want that arcane ingot, so obviously I'm going to have to toss some of this stuff out and sell some stuff. But since this is the last of the quests before heading into the finale, I can do that quite easily. So I'll meet you back at the keep, and time to level up. After a little bit of inventory management, where I decided to go with the Holy Composite Longbow. The Assassinate's not the best item in there, but I think this will be long-term the best for me. Sounds like a very, very weird combination. But let's level up. Time to advance to level 2. So would I stay on my path or not? Not too sure what kind of choices. Let's see what it gives me by default. A little extra on the concentration, cleric domains, domain of war. Filled with spirit of battle, you gave +1 to hit and damage from melee and ranged weapons. Well, that's really all nice and good. And that'll also give me trip. Actually, these are from 3 class feats. I guess they're automatic for some fighting things. But I think Domain of War is not going to be what I'll be wanting. So let me check with, okay, Advanced Next Level Cleric. Let's see what happens if I switch on the path. I am going to stay with, we'll stay with the Concentrate since I'm going to be fighting up close and personal in there. Now, now these are the granted ones. Here are the trainable feats. And here are the possible, see, we have Earth, and I figure Domain of Animals will be what I'll go with instead of. Now, what does this give me? You get +1 bonus to spot, listen, and reflex saves for every 2 cleric levels. You turn undead. Now, also affects animals? Oh, that's interesting. And enhanced by the Spirit of the Wild, you can embrace your inner savagery. When you turn undead, you and your party can gain a bonus to Constitution equal to your cleric level for 20 seconds. So that's very interesting that my undead saves will also work against animals. So that's the advantage of that one. So it's not a pure combat build, but I figure that's more for RP reasons than anything else and just testing out things. And that's it. Just selecting the domain is the only real item in there. Now let's turn in those quests that I finished up from last time. Oh, and you also have the weaponsmith. What does he have in it? Now, I have here an arcane ingot, a silver ingot, and an ethereal ingot. So I got one of each of them. Now, I'm going to be needing probably a, let's see, but I want a, actually what I could use is a good, is a two-handed weapon because I don't do shields all that well. So if I can have a two-handed weapon, I don't think a staff will do to. Actually, no. The advantage of using it is long swords. Well, in D&D, a long sword is a single-handed weapon. There is an advantage of using a long sword for my class, and that is that I get a, or at least from my patron god, the sovereign host gives you an extra bonus for using long swords. So I probably should use one of these things. So let's see. What does the ethereal want? This non-magical desire brings in more. Oh, here we go. And ghost touch. Yeah. Well, it's not going to come in too handy during this adventure since I'm not facing anything. But ghost touch, I'm sure, will come in very, very handy later on. Because I think so. Did I do that right? Yeah, there it is. So I will add that to my weapon list. I'll decide whether or not that's the best setup or not. And the other thing I want, oh yes, is there a better bow that I can get? Now that I have that done, is there a Sworn Silvery longbow? I don't know. Silver shortbow. Ethereal. So what can I do with an ethereal? What does the ethereal weapon do now? Oh, this is the one. Oh, there's the one that requires arcane. That's no, that's the silver. I can't keep track of which one is what. Ah, there isn't an arcane one. All right, fine, 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 fine. I'll just worry about that later because we do have the rewards for the various quests here. Fighting quarterstaff of critical bludgeoning. But we also have some decent armor here. Well, because I still have my starter armor, so we'll just get some armor from that one. I will. I certainly don't want an Anarch. Well, I don't have much use for a crossbow, but we have many of these quests to turn in. Proof against disease +1. Move silently. Well, I can vendor it, I guess. And finally, fire resistance of healing amplification. Oh, take the healing amplification. And now let's take the last quest. Yes. All right, I'll go. Take care of that. All right, I'll do one final bit of inventory management, and I'll meet you in the caves of chaos. And we've arrived at the Temple of Evil Chaos, where we need to...
Whispery voices and scraping sounds announce the presence of undead. Be free. Life is meaningless.
Do not listen to
Divine purpose. Free will is an illusion.
Yes, I switched over to the sword in the middle of combat because I think zombies aren't exactly the most affected creatures by... At least I presume they're being treated as zombies. Okay. Quit that. Quit that. Quit that. And quit that too. Well, let's just run a little divine favor and... Oh, when you catch them sleeping, there's no problem, of course. Now let's go and find the next one of these. Because I have to take care of a few of these as we go through here. Now let's see. This is for... Oh. Yeah, I'm not bothering with that side quest. That whole thing with the Medusa. It says axe cultist, but it looks like a zombie to me. Just saying, it looks like a zombie to me.
You hear footsteps down below, and a gruff voice calls out.
Put them in the manacles, boss. I'll be right over.
You'll be right over, all right? You'll be right down. Dead in a moment.
The large torturer does a double take.
Hey, you're not one of us. What the?
The torturer falls, his victims avenged. Will their souls find rest?
No idea. But we've dealt with the torturer. Right? I don't think there's a chest for that one. Yeah. Didn't think so. I once did this one and... Oh. Or... Yeah, nothing here, just a bed. I once did this one and finished it in such a way that it was impossible for me to open up the final chest because of how the scenario was situated.
A crawling, broken creature scampers towards you, hissing insults.
Oh, hissing insults. All right.
The white falls, its pitiful existence ended.
All right, we got a little help from the orc there. There you go. Now the second area. Oh, is this the one with the... Actually, I want to renew both of those because I think...
You hear a shuffle, then a strange, slurpy sound coming from behind the crates.
Slurpy sound. Well,
The sneaky gelatinous cube falls to pieces. Its ambition to eat you diced short.
how nice. I don't often stand toe to toe with it. Normally, I try to kite it around, trying a little bit of a different strategy than usual here, as in many of the Borderlands things, where I've been standing toe to toe with more things than usual, because in hopes I've got a more resilient character. So far, that looks like the case. Let's see what's down. Oh, that's where she is. Next, we've got what's left. I think actually I might have found everything. Now we can continue on with the adventure, which I guess is going to be down this way. See if we could find the page. And switching to the sword, still assuming that these cultists are ouch. Is that those axe cultists are actually some sort of a zombie. There you go. Dealt with. Oh, this is actually a new location. Actually, I wonder how are these guys against the holy bow? Not. Yeah, I guess the bow does reasonably well. How's the bow do against these guys? There you go. Well, not perfect, but I guess that's to be expected. I'm not usually used to switching weapons back and forth, but I figure another little thing to try. And now for you. Looks like the bow and the mace do about the same amount of damage against those dretches. And now for you. 1, 2. These clerics take a little bit extra. 4 hits. Well, that one took 5 because I gave him time to heal himself. Yeah. Now, I'm back in here. What's next? But anyway, there's this thing where you're chasing the chief there, and he opens up the treasure room as he tries to escape. So you can get into the treasure room that way, but if you kill him too fast, you don't get in that way. You have to instead find the secret door, and I failed to find the secret door. So, yeah. Oh. I guess I could have done a little test relating to... There you go. Now, what? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 3 hits with that, so it's possible that you can get a little extra of a crit in there. Since the swords crit a little bit more often. But anyway. Yeah, there you go. Doing massive destruction to the area.
Whispery voices call to you.
You shouldn't be here.
Step away from that.
Run, you fool.
Yeah, run. Oh, actually, did that just give me... That gave me... Oh, just Vandal. So I do have a little bit, few more things to destroy. Okay, that's... Yeah, that gave me ransack. Now that I've ransacked this place, we can... Can I even see this thing? Okay, it must be a trivial thing to find then. No, this guy... Not too sure. As I said, most likely I'm not going to be able to find the So what I'll do is I'll go into this guy. Right? You're not gonna run? Okay, yeah, you can run now. Hey, I should have had those boots of expeditious retreat on me. But anyway, this brings you into here, and yeah. Oh, I should have had the bow with me earlier. Yeah, he's gonna get away. Oh well. It doesn't matter because it makes no difference in the adventure. Yeah, yeah, not gonna get him. Too bad. It was worth a shot there. Yeah, he's off and away. Well, I just want to. I think I could have easily have had him if I wasn't worried about. If I had a decent search skill, I would have risked just killing him quickly enough. But last time I ran this, I couldn't get in there.
Unseen voices murmur from the shadows of this chamber.
Take us with you.
Take us away.
No, get away.
Don't do it.
Take the shinies.
Nah, I'm not going to take the shinies. I'm just looking for the parchment, the codex page that I need here. And that means it's going to take a little bit of searching. Here's an area I haven't checked yet. Hey, any codex pages around here? No, but there are axe cultists. Hey, they're tough. That took 4 hits. Now, what if happens if I try to do him with the mace here? Well, so much for my hypothesis is that the sword is better against the axe cultists. Oh, that tore that to pieces. Hi there. How are you two getting along? Now,
You notice an expensive-looking gem embedded in the throne made of human bones.
yeah, why don't I just take the gem?
As you pluck out the gem, you hear the soft scraping of bones. The dead rise.
Oh, actually, I got an idea here. That's what. If I could. That's what this turning ability is for, isn't it? I forgot how many of these skeletons pop out when you take that thing. Hey. There you go. What? Were they immune to that? That'd be rather weird for them to be immune to turning, but okay. Another area I haven't checked yet. Yeah, this thing seems to be consistently 2-hitting them. Alright. So this mace is good against these things, and either they're not zombies or it's better against zombies than I would have expected. I came back to the treasure room hoping to find the codex page here, but it's not here either. Hardy boots. Speaking of boots, maybe I should have kept those expeditious retreat boots and used that for the big chase at the end with that cleric there, because that would have helped. But I still have not found the codex page. And I think I've checked everywhere I normally look, didn't I? The only place I haven't checked yet is this secret area. And of course, my search skill is so bad that maybe I could find it on this end. Don't worry, this is a case where the completion is impossible. Ooh my. Well, if the codex page is behind there, I don't know if it's possible for it to be back there, but if it is, then I'm going to have to rerun this. I reset the dungeon, came back in, and this time the codex page is right there. So now I just need to do the rest of the dungeon so that I can get everything else in here. Now that I managed to sort that out, let's turn in the quest. And, well, I guess I'll grab the armor. And we'll grab that. I found the codex page. Thank you. And do we get anything nice for it? Apparently not, because it's all unusable. But that finishes up our little exploration in Keep of the Borderlands, and looks like I didn't quite make it up to level 3, so we'll have to find some nice level quests to do in the harbor. We return for the next episode of Piney Plays The Shifter.